everybody, welcome to Living Tropically. On today's video, I want to show everything that I got when I was in PA visiting my mother for the holidays, and some of the things I think she may have gotten me too extra, because I think I did do a short on this channel. I didn't want to regurgitate the same gifts, if you will. At the same time, while I was showing you and going through everything, I wanted to talk about overconsumption core and just overspending and trying to do our best that we possibly can in 2025 and beyond, and what it means to me, because I have been doing this for years. I know this channel is extremely new, like within last year, but I have another channel where I do speak on manifestation, and I'll touch on some of those concepts in this video as well. Well, I'm more of a simulation theorist, but to scare anybody away. But essentially, I use these concepts to be able to work in my reality where I can get the things that I want and not try to overspend and overconsume, or if I do, try to regulate it in some sort of way, the best way that I know possible. And I want to just share that with everybody and admit that I am also a part of this consumption core, and I have been doing this for years. I was mentioning on my second channel where I talk about simulation, before that, the last year, cut all off the things that I was doing on that channel because I was posting vlogs and hauls, and I've been doing that since I don't even know how long. That channel did get up to about 3,500 followers before I kind of shifted the complete opposite direction. I started talking about like real estate, and then because I was moving, and then I got into simulation theory, which is the heart and soul of what I believe that we're in. So, but you can go see that interesting stuff on my other channel. In this channel, I want to talk in this specific reality that we are all coinciding in. But nonetheless, is on that channel, I had like maybe like 100 or more videos on hauls. I would haul things all the time. I've been doing this since the dawn of time. So it's nothing new to me. It's become such a large thing on TikTok, and it's interesting to see how the children are now using this and how overconsumption core has just taken over the US or the world or whatever. And I'm going to show you some of the things that I ended up buying, but I will say one of the ways that I combat this is by going to places like Ross and Marshall's, where you can actually pick up the things that you may see in places like Sephora or Ulta for like triple the price. And I can't tell you at this point how many times I've used my reticular activating system. It is a tool, an internal mechanism that you can use to be able to shop smarter. You can activate your reticular activating system to the specific things that you may want, and then go out shopping that day and have collected maybe all the things that you were looking for on a much cheaper way or much easier, whatever you can have it. So for example, I love makeup, and I know I should stop probably purchasing makeup. I need to probably get rid of more of my makeup. So to combat me going into places like an Ulta and doing like shopping sprees, I will go into places like Ross. There is a soft touch lipstick from Lime Crime. It costs $2.99. I'm not sure how much this costs. Look how pretty that looks. I already used it. I can probably use a little bit more here. And I love that that was $2.99. This may be a $15 lipstick. So that is the first thing that I got at Ross. The other thing I got, I think this was on sale for like $1.99. And it is a keychain matte lipstick, which is also so beautiful. On the side, it says, I love me, love you, which is hilarious. This is one of those Japanese or, you know, K-beauty instances. It is so pretty. It's what I had on my lips before I just kind of touched it up. And these can tend to be expensive too. So the fact that I found something really neat as well, different, you can find different products there, and it gives you that thrill of the hunt on a really cheap price. And here is e.l.f. and you're still getting the quality products. Just make sure that you're buying things that look decent and aren't broken up and look used, etc. This was brand new. It cost $3.99. It is the most gorgeous nude palette. I have it on my eyes today. And I also went into places like Marshall's. I found the Kat Von D eyeliner I'm wearing today for $5.99. And I love this eyeliner so much. Trooper. That's another thing that I would suggest. Like, once you know what kind of products are really excellent products, to purchase those again, because sometimes you can have a tendency to waste money purchasing multiples of pieces. I've done this before, testing out, but to avoid this in the future, once you know that you have, sometimes I'll buy 5 and then wear them all out and then just go back and buy that same one over and over again once I know that that is a try and true, instead of keeping buying like all these different ones that may not work. So that's another way to avoid the overconsumption, because there's always like new coming out. Here is another Lime Crime, and this was $3.50. Back in the day, I think they had some sort of like fiasco. Does everybody remember that? But this is another beautiful nude color that is usually like an $18 lipstick. I thought that was so gorgeous, so I did pick that up as well. And then the other thing is getting rid of old lip glosses. I need to go through and get rid of some of mine, and there is that instance of where I did probably waste a significant amount of money on like short-term hits, and I still do, obviously, but I'm trying to do it at a much cheaper way, or a much more economical way that isn't like breaking the bank. This was a Jacqueline, and she ended up costing me $3.50. And it is a gorgeous nude color. I love that color so much. I don't really follow many beauty gurus anymore, but just because the color was just beautiful, I wanted to try that out. And I also did get this lip liner from Jacqueline, and it was called No Rules. And this is why I love places like Ross, because what will happen is if you go, another cheapo kind of like, or another saving tip, if you go around certain holiday periods, they will put this stuff on sale. I got this for 99 cents. I got a Jacqueline beautiful red lip liner. Look how beautiful that is, for 99 cents. And there's other things that I'm going to show you. I got this 3 set that was so pretty, and it did not have a box on it. And the lip liner was this perfect brown color. I just brought it to the counter and they gave it to me for $2.99. So I got basically all of these for $1 a piece. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying like you can go out and find inexpensive things and they're actually really good quality. It's not like a dollar store quality, but you're only paying a couple of dollars for it. And I also did get this, I'm not sure what this brand is. Is that like Gwen Stefani? Why does that seem like that would be like her line? I paid like $3 for this lip liner, another beautiful brown nudie lip liner that I will completely use, and I wanted to try that out. So another great way to be able to save money and still do those little hauls that you want to do for yourself, because they can be fun. Do like the thrill of the hunt or something, but I don't want to overpress that or over speak on that, because it is something that you have to be able to control. Like I even myself have to turn off certain social media to be able not to get hooked into certain things, because especially too, if they are cheap, I will do something like buy all 5, and I shouldn't do stuff like that. So it's even training myself not to get involved in too many of that things where I'm buying multiples of things. And the way to combat that as well is to give things away, to donate different things. Sometimes you might buy stuff, and once you get it home, you look at it and you're like, I don't want this. Don't keep those things. Don't like just throw them in the corner. Return them. Make sure they, return to sender. Make sure that you are accounting for your money with that kind of thing, instead of like purchasing things and then not really loving them and then letting them sit, and then you never end up, because I'm guilty of that too. I've done that. I'm trying really not to do that anymore. Like, I'm really trying to only buy things, especially if they're expensive, that I really love. This was a top from Walmart. I fell in love with this. This was from No Boundaries. This did cost $16.98, but I've been in love with the checkerboard pattern. As you can see, my lady behind me, the pink checkerboard, I've been just in love with this. So when I saw this sweater, I had to have it. It will be used. I will be using it in Florida even, because it does get cold here sometimes, even in the house. There's also things called bin stores, and bin stores are becoming a larger thing now, where they have all of this overabundance of stuff from other stores. If you've not tried one of these, they're very fun, and it takes away the itch of like shopping and spending a whole bunch of money. And I'm not trying to promote like poverty mindset or anything like this, like only buy cheap stuff or don't go for the things that you really want. I'm not suggesting that at all, but if you see the things that I'm picking through, I love them all. And I meticulously go through these stores and use my reticular activating system, like I mentioned earlier. You can train it to say, I want this, this, and this. And before you go into the store, visualize the things that you want, and they will just magically show up. I swear, it just works. It just is what it is. So when I go into the bin store, sometimes I'm like, what do I even want in here? But I always end up finding things. I did find this workout top, and all of these ended up costing, I think it was 5 pieces of clothes for $10. So I got this workout shirt. It is one of those stretchy kind. You can really wear it for anything. The color is absolutely gorgeous, and I really enjoyed that. The next piece I got from that bin store was, and some of this stuff is like from Target. This is a bathing suit from Target. It's small, but I adore bathing suits because where I live in my backyard. So I always buy bathing suits if they're at a good price, because they do tend to get worn out very quickly, especially if you're sitting in chlorine, like the elastic gets cruddy. From that bin store, I did find Amazon, like they had Amazon bins, and these are DIY lash extension kits. This was $5. I don't know how much it costs in Amazon, but I thought it was cool, so I did get it, and I would like to try it out because I do like lashes, and it would be cute like once in a while to just do them for myself. They did have cleansing cloths for $2 that were comparable to Neutrogena. So when I see things like that, I will pick those up. I did get this as a part of that 5 for $10. It's another just pink tank top that I love to wear, and once they kind of get destroyed, I can, recycle or, get rid of or trash, because once they're kind of like beat up and old, you kind of have to get rid of them. Did get another bathing suit top, which was really pretty, and it was a part of that whole deal again. I think I may have only paid $3 for this, because I think I may have gotten 6 items. And I also got a pair of jeans, believe it or not. They are high-rise, light-washed, stretchy jeans. Adorable. I wore them yesterday. They were fantastic. So the fact that I paid like $2.50 for those. And these are another thing that I got. It was just a really cool hair thing that I've never had before. That's another thing. I try not to buy things that I already have. Like if I already have hair clips, I'm not going to keep buying more and more hair clips past a certain level. Unless it's hair clips that I've never seen. They're completely unique and they are on sale or on a discount. End up going into Target at some point and picking up these light bulbs for my Christmas tree next year. I think I did pay original like $5 for these because they can become hard to find in such cute pink colors and shapes and sizes. But what you can do and what I'm going to do is go to the stores after the holidays and pick up dirt cheap things. Like, for example, one of the really inexpensive things that my mom ended up getting me after Christmas was this set of gingerbread people, and it costs $2.50 from Ross. And normally these things can be like upwards of $10 and $15, and it would go so adorable with all of my new Christmas decorations. So this is an example of smart shopping, in my opinion, that we could all utilize to not have to go out and spend exorbitant amounts of money on things. Utilize patience as well. What I like to do is put things in my cart and then the next day look at the cart, and then sometimes I no longer want those things. And I was like, what was I thinking at that point? You can start to do that and then extend it even longer. Like let it sit in your cart for like a week or 2 weeks. And then sometimes you can forget about things and then redo it. And then it's kind of just filling that little urge or itch to want to shop, but not actually pull the trigger and don't buy the things because oftentimes we don't even need them. And again, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live because I do this all the time. I clearly have things in abundance in my, especially in my filming room. And that is another way that I try to dilute the overconsumption. All of my other rooms in my house are not overfilled with things. They're very minimalistic. My living room has a few things, but every other room for the most part is pretty minimalistic. I don't have an overabundance of things in them. I kind of keep it to one room, which ends up being like my magical wonderland of all my things, if you will, in the material world that I love. And I don't have it like everywhere across my house because I don't want to turn into like a hoarder. There's even things in the 2025 year that I want to get rid of. Like, for example, I have a mattress in my garage that I could easily sell. It is brand new. It has never been used. And it is a really nice mattress, and I just need to sell it. The car and to drive to get rid of those things that you can sell, that you can donate, that you can give to friends and family, that you can put out on the curb, because people pick up things so frequently out on the curb, I can't even begin to tell you. And then just simply maybe recycling things if your area does this for some weird reason, but you can throw away things sometimes if you have too many and it's starting to be like a hoarding situation. So want to make sure that we don't break our bank accounts, because here's one thing that I like to spend a lot of money on is deodorants. And this is a new deodorant that I picked up from Target. It is native and it is part of the Jaritos, like their whole, I wanted to give it to you to smell. It smells amazing. It smells like a creamsicle, and I did spend $13 or so on a deodorant, which sounds kind of crazy, but for some reason, only the really expensive deodorants have a tendency to work for me. I don't know what that's about. I also go into thrift shops and pick up things there when I see them. For example, there was a thrift shop we stepped into and I found these acrylic kiss nails and they were completely intact. The glue is there and it ended up costing me $2. These would normally be like a $4 or $5 pair of nails. And these are so easy to throw on and make look beautiful. And I did also get a gorgeous highlighter that was on sale for $4.50. I should put this on today. It was from Marshall's. This was on a discount as well. I also get, I don't know if I showed these in my haul, but my mom ended up getting me these mini, like one is a real mini Stanley and one is like one of those keychain Stanleys, which were really adorable. This was Burlington. I ended up picking up myself a new toothbrush, and I got this because this was so unique. I've never seen anything quite like it. It is very fascinating to me. So I did pick this up because I do like to be able to experiment with new like oral hygiene things. That is something I do like to splurge or indulge in. I did pay a lot of money for my electrical toothbrush, so there are certain aspects I will splurge on. That was $14.99. That was not breaking the bank, but that was not like a $5 item or something. Hair patches, this was as well from Burlington. These were on sale as well for like $3 or $4. I just wanted to try them, and they are really nice. I did try them already one time, and it did feel like it left my skin more plump. Up things when I was at Target because there was like less lonely things standing, and I have one actual stocking right now, so I got this, and it does light up, so it goes perfectly with the rest of my decorations in my living room. So I was actually okay paying whatever I paid for that. I think $3, I think. This was a gift from my mom. I think I did haul that. It was a faux candle. Did also get these from Target because I love their little like dollar section. That's another way you can use the dollar areas to decorate things in your house really inexpensively, because when you put these in your tree and with the twinkling lights and with the different colors, these look absolutely beautiful, and they are not expensive. It's not like a $20, you're buying like 5 $20 ornaments or stuff like that. These look so pretty, and it's another way to be able to make your tree look high scale on a budget. I do enjoy going into stores like Five and Below, but you do even have to be careful with those type of stores because they sell a lot of tchotchkes, and even though if you can go in there and find something that you need inexpensively, you can start to go down a rabbit hole. I do have a bunch of like really cute girly stuff that's kind of childish, but I can't help myself. A closet of my room where I keep like a refrigerator. I can show it at one point, but what I did is just put all of my cutesy stuff in that area so the rest of my room isn't like imploded with this really kind of like what could be considered juvenile type of stuff. For a shortcake globe that I found at Five and Below. I grew up watching this kind of stuff and like playing with this kind of stuff, so I ended up falling in absolute love with her. I did get her. She was one of the pink ones, and I paid $5 for her. She was actually a gift, and I thought she was so cute. Tchotchkes. We don't want to get too far down the hole with tchotchkes. Or for me, again, someplace where you can compartmentalize them and then make sure that you're giving them away when you no longer want them, or you're selling them, or you're just not hoarding them. And then making sure that like when holidays come, putting away all of your holiday decorations in an orderly time. I feel like when I leave holiday decorations out for too long, it can make your house look cluttered and stuff like this, or where you have overconsumption happening. So it's getting rid of old decorations that you no longer want, making sure that you put them all away is where, you know, they're unseen, if you will, like packaging them up nicely and putting them away someplace where they won't get messed up, like in a closet. I know like here in Florida, you can't really, or you shouldn't put them in your garage all like that because it can get so hot and destroy the decorations. But also at Five Below, I did get this for the tree. It is cinnamon roll. I thought he was so cute. So he will be going on my Christmas tree for like a day, and then all of it's going to get put away come the 1st. I did pick this up too from Five and Below, another tchotchke, but something I felt that could go really cute maybe in the background here. We'll see. I love cats. I have 3 cats. Cat lady, and I don't care. I love all of my cats. It is what it is. So I did purchase that, and it has a hole in it, so I could put a flower in it, which it could turn into a vase. I also did get this bow tie because this is in too. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, trends. I can get sucked into trends, but for me, I think one of the things I can do is get the trend out of the way, like buy some things that are inexpensive on that trend, or like DIY some things for that trend, which I've done. You can see on my channel as well, and it gets that whole feeling of it out, if you will. Like, for example, like the whole cottage core or the coquette core. I love that trend, but you can get out of control with it. But to get certain items to be able to feel that, like, wanting to jump on the trend and not just go crazy and buy a bunch of stuff because there's a trend out right now. As a gift, I did get this Amazing Grace shampoo, which I'm excited about. It's like a body wash shampoo. I always love things like this. I did end up getting 2 shirts at Walmart as well. The type of pattern, which is extremely popular right now, and it is very beautiful and very girly. So I did pick this up. These were, I think, like $6. I'm not sure. And I did get one in a strawberry. This would probably be more for like me sleeping in or whatever. And I loved the pattern. It is just too cute. The strawberries, the pink strawberries, and it's this stretchy, comfortable material. As I mentioned earlier, I do go into thrift shops quite often and pick up things from there. For example, this is another little item that I did get. I love bunnies, and this was a bunny. This is a vintage bunny. I got it for a really good deal. I looked it up on eBay, and they have them for like quadruple the price that I paid for it. I was extremely happy to have this. I would think that it was from like the 70s, I think it is. I am in love with like vintagey things from the 60s and the 70s. So fell in love with this other rabbit. Oh, and that one was, I think I paid $5 for that one. And then for this one, I paid $1, and I fell in love with this rabbit because it had a wreath of flowers around its neck, and I thought that was so cute. And I also got a book for $1, which is another thing that you can do when you're at these thrift stores, is get things that would benefit you educationally or benefit your life somehow. So I picked up a book on Edgar Cayce on healing, and this was $1. And I can sit and read and learn new fun things. And that's definitely a way to upgrade yourself during your shopping experience, making sure that whatever it is that you're doing, benefiting your life and has value, and maybe you could resell it at a triple price that you bought it, or you can hold on to it and then be able to hand it down for a generational wealth. There's a lot of things that we do for my son like that, like buying gold coins, you know, things of this nature, buying vintage pieces that will only appreciate over time. Trying to think in those types of ways when you are using the power of your money to be able to consume, or quote unquote maybe overconsume, which again I am guilty of. I am not trying to call anybody out. I'm actually just trying to show you ways that I deal with my overconsumption, and I'm somebody who believes that we're living in a simulation and this is all like a 3D environment that we are here to maneuver and have fun in. So that's probably why I do have a lot of stuff, because I do find fun in curating my environment. I like being able to have a fabulous wardrobe, being able to have fabulous things all around me, and I think that's probably why I fall into that trap. But it's all just an illusion. We don't need any of the things. The only thing we really need is food and water, right? We don't need any of these things that we're buying. They're just fun to have, to be able to make our reality our little piece of world or whatever. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video, that you got some really helpful information and just mental ways to handle how to maneuver the overconsumption core or the overspending. I also like to budget during these times of years, making sure that whatever I'm purchasing falls within that budget. To avoid overspending is to budget and then not go outside of that budget, and to strictly adhere to yourself and not fall victim to feeling the need to purchase over or just go above and beyond for things, and maybe spend money that you just don't have, that would put you into credit card debt or any other debt because you feel like you see things on social media and you need to keep up with them. Because you don't. You can keep up with them in your own little way, in your own little world. Half of these things that people are putting on the internet are fake anyway. You probably get it and not even care that you had it within a day or two. Everybody enjoyed it. And until the next time, guys, mwah, stay tropical. That all of the things that I show on my channel, technically, I would say 99% of them I've purchased myself with my own money. I work a job that I have been doing for many, many, many moons, and all of the money I earn is my money, and all of the money I spend is my money. So it's not like I have mom or dad buying me things. Like, obviously my mom got me gifts for Christmas and stuff, but I don't have mom sending me money, or I don't have, my dad unfortunately is no longer with us. I don't have anybody giving me money to do this. This is all on my own accord. I don't have companies sending me things. I may have things here and there from certain, like if they sent me something, but I would disclose that. I have like hundreds of dollars in merchandise being sent to me. Any type of company or what have you, it would be nice, but that's not my current situation. So just with that in mind, this is my money. So you have to be conscious of it. It's not like I have a rich husband or something. It's my money. I've worked for it. So that's another thing to be able to kind of take back and take inventory of the fact that it's your hard-earned money that you're spending, and to be able to understand that you want to spend that as wisely as you can, still having fun, but not like wrecking yourself in debt. I've actually also found that people on the internet that end up calling out like overconsumption core and like talking about it and bringing up influencers, they at one point too were influencers. They may have been into hauling things, into shopping, into makeup and skincare heavily. And then they may have recognized that once it got too far down a certain rabbit hole, it was just too much to maintain and to be able to consistently do, because it is not the lifestyle that they wanted to live or pursue. So then eventually they come to the point where when they see or observe this type of behavior on the internet, they're to the point where they're like, oh my gosh, this is insane and overconsumption and disgusting or whatever. But at some point, they may have been involved in this said behavior. It's just now the spotlight is so heavy on it because it has become so problematic due to the rise of social media and TikTok.